Hello again, this is Bill St. George. Welcome to another impression show with Bob and myself at the corner of Boylston and Stuart Street at the junction between the Public Garden and the Boston Common. We're actually in the Boston Common right now, and the weather is a bit overcast, but the fall colors are beautiful. So I figured we'd go for maximum color with the trees to my left and minimum drawing and stuff. We'll just have some fun, splashing the paint around, getting right into it, painting wet and wet. So I roughed out a quick sketch, but it's hardly even worth it. Just to get some idea of scale where these two trees are going to hit, and then we'll have everything else going off on the bottom. All the fallen leaves. Really nice this time of year. A couple days before Halloween. And we'll give it a shot, get some areas blocked in and see what happens. Obviously I'm going to start off with yellow. It's a kind of a yellowish orange. So I mixed a little cadmium yellow medium with some cadmium with some yellow ochre and cadmium yellow medium. So that gives it a kind of a nice color. So I think what I'll do is I'll bleed some of these trees off at the top. It'll just be a study in landscape rather than the usual architecture. There's actually a little bit of orange in there, so I'm going to throw a little bit of orange. And maybe, can't go wrong with this color anyway. The background I painted in abstract colors, cools and warms, and because I didn't really know what the heck we were going to do until this morning. I had an idea, but I figured I'd come out and scout the area and see what's out there. Okay, so some of these colors are going to work coming through. Others, well, they should all work that way. Okay, I'm just going to again get into these. Figure where the tops of the trees are going to end, and I would say right probably around here. Even at this stage, there is some interest going on. As long as you can keep the thing moving, nice frenetic brushwork. Keep the thing fairly abstract. I might throw in that church steeple over there on the left. I don't know. Just push everything over. Right now what I want to do is block everything in as color and no detail. Probably wait until the next show to do that. Anyway, it's a big weekend for the kiddies with Halloween. When's Halloween, Bob? When's that? Sunday or Saturday? Saturday? When's Halloween? Saturday?
Yep,
Saturday, yeah. Well, anyway. So, I think I'll go out, maybe haunt the house or something, I don't know. Haunt my own house. All right, now, again, I'm just gonna, block in areas. And we'll work color into color. Maybe push the color a little bit. This is green and, I don't know what else, yeah. Naples yellow, I think. Give this a little sense of, some sense of depth. Okay, now, I'm going to bring this foreground in here, right out to here, this green. It'll just be a kind of a color exercise, as I say. That's a good excuse for not knowing what I'm doing and why. When in doubt, fake it. All right. Again, back to the same colors that are on the trees, obviously. It's kind of a no-brainer. Try to stay away from the white for now. Crank that yellow up a little bit more. Space between the two trees here. There's the other tree. I might do, yeah. I might bring this tree. Nah, I'm gonna leave it there. I was gonna say bring it over to the other side, but we'll leave it. Yeah, it's so cold today. I feel like one of those people, street people that dress up in layers, you know. Way back in the day, we used to have, I worked for an agency down in Summer Street, and we have these guys that would live out in the street, you know, street people back, this is back in the 60s, late 60s. Anyway, they used to wear so many layers of clothes, you know. These were what we used to call the classic bums. And they were really used to living out there. They'd be about 7 feet wide, you know, they have like 14 coats on. Get some of this orange in here. I don't want this to look like one big tree either. Okay, we'll maybe throw a little bit of that orange in here. All right, now this blue here can act as that walk. I might leave it just the way it is. Whoa, is it cold? God, I thought this was winter. All right, now I'm going to establish. Let's see. Okay, need a little more green in here. This goes around the corner. And then I'm going to throw some yellow in on top of that. I know. Control yourselves there, home audience. It won't hurt a bit. Okay, we got that. I'm going to go over the other side. Just push it with a little reddish color there. It's got some of these bushes in here. Real dark areas, dark notes. I don't know. Throw something in here. Whoops, a little too much blue. Some bushes. All right. There we go. I'll bring that street going down this way. Yep. Tone in any way, even though probably a little grayer than. Let's see, that's this one here. I'm gonna move this. Yeah, we'll put this one over here. The whole thing, you can shift and move and change anything you want. In fact, it's your job to do that. Improve on nature, as it were. People collecting leaves. All right, I'm gonna bring this one back in here just to keep the composition going that way, okay? Now there is one right here, which I'm gonna move in. Should be kind of interesting, actually. This one here. I'm gonna bring it right about here. Yeah, most of the work is done for you, you know. All big, broad areas of color. All here. I don't have to worry about architectural rendering, you know. You gotta put a window in, make sure it's in approximately the right space. Here, you just kind of slap it around. Lousy. Nice flourish that was. I think the sun's going to break through in the next few days. Yeah, there it is. Wow. What a difference, huh? You get that light breaking through, it's just amazing. And it starts hitting some of the trees. All the difference in the world, man. Changes everything. Okay, I'm gonna bleed these branches up top. Well, one of the good things about being cold is definitely have to move. I don't know about Bob, though. Bob, he's frozen to the camera. Oh, nice. Picture to have people taking pictures. All right. This is like January. This would be like a January thaw day, almost. It's even colder. They said it was going to be 60 today. Yeah, they lied. You got that? What's that?
Never that warm in Boston.
No, you're near the ocean. We're right on the coast, so it's always colder. Anyway, you know, they got a campaign going around the city. They're having artists paint on these switch boxes, you know, the gray ones, similar to this one here to the left of me, and the ones that are more visible, like that one. That one actually had an image on it of Edgar Allan Poe. It's painted, and some reason, I guess you have to submit a sketch to the mayor's office, and I think they give you $300. No big deal, but you know, it's nice advertising for the artist, and it's good for the city. They're painting them all over the place. I think they did one up in Copley, and this one here, I don't know, it started out, looked pretty good. Great image of Edgar Allan Poe, but evidently they didn't like it. You know, a week later it was gone. They painted right over it, so must have got complaints from the neighbors or some darn thing. I don't know. Too bad. I feel badly for the artist that put all that time in. But anyway, okay. Keep it nice and fresh. I think what I'm going to do is throw some of the green in behind the this here, just to give a feeling of pushed out even more. Using a cool green. The same green that I use here, maybe even a little cooler, to throw in behind there, to give it a little bit more feeling of depth. Doesn't have to be a dead-on match to the green or the value or anything. I think you want to create the impression that it's behind this, so we're going to do that now. Tell you, Bob, if it wasn't for this breeze, I'd be warm. Anyway. What are you going out Halloween? How are you dressing Halloween? You got costume?
I'm not dressing.
No, no. I don't know. That's a fun holiday for the kids, so, you know. I'd say bring back all that candy you can eat. Oh. Anyway, we'll go in with indigo. Frenetic brushwork, mainly from because I'm so cold. Anyway, I can get rid of a lot of this stuff, you know, by painting over it. But I laying in the color now. And before I get too involved with this, I'm gonna add some orange to the to this side. Just some of these. A lot of abstraction in nature. All right, let's see. Yeah, there's some trees across the street. Throw some of those in. Problem with this light is, I know it's great for the camera, but it's, you know, for Bob's purposes, but you see too much detail, way too much detail. You know, when you get the sunlight casting shadows, it simplifies the design. Here you get, everything flattens out and you see too much. But hey, get over it. Just make some marks. All right, I'm gonna crank this up a little bit more. Bleed that off at the top. Next show, I want to show some of the sketches I've been doing. I've actually switched from doing exclusively horses. I picked up a Sports Illustrated magazine and started doing the figure again, you know, the football and some basketball. So it's kind of nice. You know, you get some great photos in Sports Illustrated, as you know. They're just amazing action shots, which I like, with some pretty dramatic perspectives. But I'll show you those on the next segment of the show. Okay, got this happening here. I think I'm gonna pull some of that out. All right, now I need some kind of a point of reference. I want to get pushed beyond here. So I think what I'm gonna do here is, well, this might be a little too high, but I don't know, maybe not. I'm going to use this as the that strip over there. I think I'll maybe throw another tree or a pole or something right in here, just to get something going over there. I kind of hold the eye in, and I'm going to go beyond into the common. I mean, into the public garden. We're in the common now. In fact, we're right next to the this famous cemetery. And Gilbert Stuart, the artist, is buried here. And that's his, in fact, that's his gravestone right there. It's a fairly new one that they put in. But a lot of the Revolutionary War heroes and everything are buried here. The old, what's this, the old granary ground or something they call it? Yeah, this would be a pretty nice composition here. Maybe we'll do that next time. We'll look at the top of the, I'd eliminate the tombstones. That gets a little macabre. But the tree, you know, with the buildings in the background, it'd be kind of nice, especially on a day like this, you know? This works nicely. Anyway, enough of that stuff. We'll get back to the painting. Yeah, this worked out well today. Oh, yes, you know, not bad. Wish I had brought gloves. I don't. Huh?
A little more something.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't think we've seen the last of the warm weather. I think we'll get a few more days. What has it got? Daylight saving time this week, so it'll be lighter in the morning and darker at night. 4 o'clock will be it'll be pitch black by 4:30. Yeah, well, it's New England. Good show at the MFA, the Egyptian show. You into history, right? You're a history buff. Civil War, big Civil War buff, right? But are you into the ancient stuff? You?
Civil War?
Yeah, you're a big Civil War buff. But I mean, are you into the Egyptian? Way back. It's a great show on. You know, they got this. It's going to go on for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. Kids love it, I'm sure. You know, get some new tomb or a lot of new artifacts. So I like that stuff. That whole era was amazing. That whole Egyptian time. Wow, crazy stuff, but fascinating. All right, what do we got here? What do we got? Not much, but it's coming. Oh, I was going to lay in some green there. And then we'll see what happens. A little different kind of green here. All right, so we'll use this, excuse me, this as the walkway here, going up here. So that means, I'm gonna raise this just a bit, okay? And that walkway will go up that way, then the road, and then the public garden beyond it. So there's the grass over there. So I want some sense of distance and perspective. I'm going to bring this probably all the way up to here. And then, yeah, okay. Now, I'm going to take this down. And we're going to create a road here with some red, cadmium red light. And maybe a little bit of, running out of yellow ochre. So I want some yellow ochre. Haven't gone to the white yet. So, needless to say, white tends to gray things down. It changes the value. It does lighten, but it also, in most instances, grays. It's kind of a phenomenon. But anyway, let's see. I'll add some yellow ochre. We'll keep the whole thing going in fall colors. Bring this up here. And then right up, let's see, the perspective is, I don't know, we'll invent something here. And bring this around. Yeah, it'd be fun. What the heck? And maybe even use a little of the, okay, that's got to be up here. So I'm going to have to drop that, make that the road, or I don't know. We'll see what happens. I want to leave some of these light areas in here too. Even though there isn't that much light, I think we need some in this painting, definitely. Okay, there's an island out in the middle here. That'll help the design somewhat and kind of take care of this middle area. This area here where it kind of all goes out, flattens out. So I'm going to bring that going up that way. There we go. So we get the feel of it, all right? More of a atmospheric thing. Now I'm going to, let's say the road goes up this way, right? All right. So what I'm going to do is right about here. Let me do something else before I put the building in. I want to set the tone for it. by putting in some more of the green in here, darker green, right about here. There we go, and then maybe some of it in here. And then there's going to be some in back there, but that'll set the tone for the church steeple, which I'm going to have through here, and some buildings going back. A little unusual perspective, a little unusual composition. Be right about here, and there's and we'll have this poking through here. Right about there. Well, actually, should be somewhere in here. I'm just going to shift this over. Let's move the steeple over here. Okay, now I can run this other thing down the side of this building down here. All right, and then this will be a row of cars. You can do that abstractly, make up a gray, cerulean blue, and I'll get into my little bit into the white now. And I just want a kind of an overall color for all of them. I'm just going to invent this craziness. All right. So we got some feeling, some flow, some movement here. I think it's going to work out all right. This will be the sidewalk. Right in here. You know, park on a cold fall day. How are we doing? I think we're about winding down. Ah, good. Okay. Well, so far, haven't screwed it up, but still got another show to go. Anyway, this is Bill St. George. Thank you for joining Bob and I for another impression show. Happy Halloween.